Welcome to our California Real Estate Exam Prep video series. We'll give you 20 daily practice questions for the next 100 days with detailed answers to help you pass the exam and get your license. If you like our videos, please like and subscribe. Let's start now. 1. Mr. Harden purchased a property for $35,000 and paid cash down. He gave a trust deed and note to the seller for the balance of the purchase price. Such a note and trust deed would be considered purchase money. A. If it were used to buy a 3-unit apartment building. B. Since seller extended credit to buyer. C. Even if the loan were made by an institutional lender. D. All of the above. Answer: D. A purchase money mortgage or trust deed includes both the extending of credit by a seller on any type of real property purchase and the lending of money to purchase a residential property of less than 5 units where the borrower occupies 1 unit. Two. Which of the following is most vital or important in planning a subdivision? A. Market analysis. B. Cost analysis. C. Community recreational analysis. D. Site analysis. Answer: A. Market analysis is a more general term and would include the other choices offered. 3. In the field of real estate, a prepayment penalty is sometimes A. Required from a trustor who makes advance payments on his home loan. B. Collected from a borrower who is late in his payment on his home loan. C. Charged a buyer when he applies for a home loan. D. Written into a trust deed for the protection of the trustor. Answer: A. A prepayment penalty clause requires the borrower, trustor, to pay an additional amount in the event that advance payment is made on the loan. 4. If a roof slopes on all 4 sides, it is called A. Gable roof. B. Gambrel roof. C. Hip roof. D. None of the above. Answer: C. A hip roof is a roof that slopes on all 4 sides. 5. In order to secure an FHA loan, a new buyer would normally do all of the following, except A. Find a lender who will be willing to grant him the loan. B. Apply to the nearest office of the FHA for an appraisal. C. Agree to pay for mortgage insurance protection. D. Buy a home which meets the FHA requirements and restrictions. Answer: B. A buyer who wants to use FHA financing must find a lender who will grant him the loan, agree to pay for the mutual mortgage insurance, and buy a home which meets FHA requirements. 6. When an air conditioning unit has a higher energy efficiency ratio, EER, it means that A. The unit is less efficient. B. The unit is more efficient. C. The unit needs more watts of electricity. D. The BTUs are larger. Answer: B. The energy efficiency ratio, EER, applies to appliances and air conditioning units. The higher the ratio, the more efficient the unit is. 7. Basic regulation of the housing and construction industries is accomplished by A. State Housing Act. B. Local building codes. C. The State Contractors License Law. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All three of these help to regulate the housing and construction industry. 8. A broker negotiated for the sale of a residence. Upon inspecting the building, he found it to be apparently sound, and no termite inspection was ordered. However, before the deed and money were exchanged, he discovered evidence of termites in a closet. He should promptly disclose this information to A. The State Pest Control Agency. B. No one, because he might be mistaken and such a disclosure could kill the sale. C. His principal only, because it is his responsibility to take appropriate action. D. Both the buyer and seller. Answer: D. All material facts must be disclosed by the agent to all parties involved. 9. A subdivision which contains 50 or more lots or parcel and has certain stated characteristics is called a land project in the California Subdivision Law. A subdivision of 50 or more parcels is excluded from being a land project when A. The lots are not offered for sale by substantial direct mail advertising and sales costs are nominal. B. All lots are to be offered for sale to builders or developers only. C. The subdivision is planned unit development. D. Either A or B. Answer: D. Deregulation of the financial institutions most nearly means A. There is now no government control of financial institutions. B. There is no limit on the interest rate financial institutions can pay on deposits. C. Financial institutions can no longer respond to market conditions. D. Examination and enforcement attitudes are more relaxed. Answer: B. Under deregulation, financial institutions may now pay any amount of interest on deposits. 11. Under the Subdivision Map Act, subdivision reports must be filed with the A. City or county where the land is located. B. Real Estate Commissioner. C. Division of Architecture. D. Division of State Lands. Answer: A. The Subdivision Map Act gives the local authorities control over the physical aspects of the subdivision as to zoning, building, and health codes. 12. Of the following, which would have priority, would be a superior lien? A. A first deed of trust. B. A homestead. C. A 1911 street improvement assessment lien bond. D. Whichever of the above was recorded first. Answer: C. An assessment lien and property taxes generally have priority over all other liens. 13. Insofar as real property is concerned, the major cause of loss of value is due to A. Deterioration. B. Passage of physical life. C. Obsolescence. D. Lack of maintenance. Answer C. Answers A, B, and D all refer to physical deterioration. Answer C includes both functional obsolescence and economic obsolescence. They will cause more loss of value together than physical deterioration would cause. (14) Which of the following is not a characteristic of a fee simple title? A. It is real encumbrances. B. It is of indefinite duration. C. It is transferable with or without consideration. D. It is transferable by will or intestate. Answer A. Fee simple title is of indefinite duration, it can be transferred with or without consideration, and it is transferable by a will or by intestate succession. Encumbrances may be defined as anything which burdens or affects the title, such as easements, restrictions, encroachments, i.e., non-money encumbrances, or trust deeds, mortgages, judgments, etc., i.e., money encumbrances. 15. Smith executes a deed to Brown and records it. Later, Smith seeks to set the conveyance aside, claiming that there had been no delivery to Brown. Why will he probably be unsuccessful in his effort? A. Brown has come into possession of the property. B. Delivery is presumed with recording. C. The recording validates the deed. D. Recording establishes the priority of lien. Answer B. Recording a deed presumes that it has been delivered and accepted voluntarily. Smith would need to prove in court that the presumption was false. Because Smith recorded the deed himself, it would be rather difficult to overcome the presumption of voluntary delivery and acceptance. 16. Cassidy purchased one of 30 lots in subdivision and signed a sales contract which stated, "No purchaser of a lot in this subdivision shall erect a for sale sign on his lot until all of the lots owned by the subdivider are sold." If Cassidy wants to sell his lot before the subdivider has sold all of his lots, he may A. Not erect a for sale sign because of the statement in the sales contract. B. Erect a for sale sign of reasonable dimensions because the statement in the sales contract is declared by law to be void. C. Erect a for sale sign of any dimension to get the best results because the statement in the sales contract is a restraint of trade. D. Not erect a for sale sign without being held liable by the seller. Answer B. The courts have held that prohibiting the use of a for sale sign infringes upon the power of alienation which the owner of a property has, therefore, they have declared such an agreement void by law. However, the courts have further held that the for sale sign must be of reasonable dimensions, which would vary with the courts and the size of the property. 17. The Federal Truth in Lending Law, Regulation Z, gives the borrower a 3-day right of rescission when the loan is A. A purchase money loan secured by a deed of trust on commercial property. B. A loan secured by a second deed of trust on owner-occupied single-family residence when the money is borrowed subsequent to the purchase. C. An FHA or VA loan to purchase a single-family, owner-occupied residence. D. A conventional purchase money loan secured by a deed of trust on residential property. Answer B. A first trust deed loan used to purchase owner-occupied residential property generally does not include the 3-day right of rescission. 18. Broker Jones had a listing to sell seller Smith's house. Broker Jones received an offer on the house and presented it to seller Smith, who hesitated in accepting the offer. The broker promised Smith verbally to find Smith another suitable residence before escrow closed. On the basis of that, the seller accepted the offer. If Broker Jones failed to perform during the time period, which of the following is most nearly correct? A. Seller Smith could initiate a civil suit and the broker would be responsible for damages. B. Since the promise was verbal, the broker has no liability. C. If Smith files a complaint, Broker Jones may be liable for criminal negligence. D. Seller Smith may withdraw his acceptance of the offer without liability. Answer A. Since the seller relied on the promise of the broker would be liable in civil court for breach of contract if he failed to perform. This is not one of the types of contracts which are required to be in writing by the statute of frauds. (19) Broker Smith took a listing on commercial acreage and also received the right to purchase the property within 30 days. On the 28th day of the listing, the broker decided to buy the property. Before buying the property, he must A. Disclose any outstanding offers. B. Give the owner any material information. C. Obtain written consent from the owner which acknowledges any profit or anticipated profit. D. All of the above. Answer D. If an agent takes a listing and an option on the same property and wants to exercise the option, his responsibilities under the listing are greater than his responsibilities under the option, since under the listing he is the agent and owes good faith and loyalty to his principal. Therefore, if he wanted to exercise the option, he would have to disclose any offers, reveal any material information, and obtain the written consent of the owner before he exercises that option. (20) A trust deed note taken by a state savings and loan association on a single-family owner-occupied residence could be prepaid without penalty. A. If the loan is more than 7 years old. B. If the lender exercises the due on sale provision in the note and signs a waiver of right to prepay. C. If the loan is assumed by a buyer of the house. D. Any time whether there is a written prepayment charge or not. Answer A. Concerning prepayment penalties on single-family owner-occupied residences, one part of the Civil Code says they are not allowed after 5 years and another part of the Civil Code says they are not allowed after 7 years. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on our future videos. We look forward to seeing you in the next one.